I did make a promise this year that I was going to create more than any other year beforehand. Usually I kind of start on a pretty strong note and then I get into kind of perfectionist mode, after 5 or 6 videos or 5 or 6 drawings or 5 or 6, whatever it is that I'm doing as a hobby, I kind of freak out after a little bit and think, what's the point? Which I suppose is probably something that we all kind of feel. And this year I kind of promised myself, you know what, I'm going to pick 1 or 2 things and just see it through to the end. I don't know what that end is exactly. Like, for example, these videos, I don't know if that equals, 3 followers or something, or if that equals, building a cool community of like-minded people, or, even just meeting a new friend or something would be kind of cool. I don't know what that end result is, and I can't control that. And the only thing I can control is like the input I can put in. And I suppose maybe in that sense, that's kind of where I get tripped up, is where I think to myself, is there like something better I could be doing, or something more efficient or effective or cooler, or am I doing it wrong? Should I have like a better background or a better microphone, or should I not even be doing YouTube or something? And is YouTube even a thing that I want to do? And then I guess that's why I stop after like a short amount. And I guess that's pretty common. But I'm going to make a promise, especially this year, just to kind of see things through to kind of like the end. And maybe, look, I'll pick a certain time frame of that. Like, maybe I'll do some videos for maybe like a record for me. Like maybe I'll say, 3 months, solid videos, talking to myself. Like I said, these are kind of candid videos. And hey, look, if a few people follow, that would be really cool. And if they don't, that's, fair enough. I'm not for everybody, I'm sure. And this goes more than just YouTube. Like there's a few other things that I'm trying to work on. Like I started a book like a year ago or something, and I kind of like, again, started the year, went kind of crazy, and then dropped off, and then thought, what's the point? But then I remember the excitement and happiness I felt as I kind of was making a progress, going, wow, I think I can really beat a record here and like actually finish this project. And I think I probably did get as close as possible with that. And I knowing that it's like half done, maybe I'll use that into the new year to kind of take that momentum and repackage it, and then like shoot it off again, and go for gold, and finish it and publish it, and send it out there in the world. And then maybe that's the stepping stone for the next project. Probably the biggest project that I've been consistent with, because I have to, was the business that I started. It's just like a middleman service. It's not really exciting, to be honest, which I don't really want to discuss at the moment. But basically I had to kind of continue because of the amount of money that I invested into it. And I've built like a lot of systems and stuff around it that, like, the jobs come in and then I do them and then I send them off. And that's kind of like, I've got customers that expect a delivery. Like, oh, I got a message yesterday for a new order. And so that forces me into action. Like they're like, hey, where's the product? And I'm like, well, I better do it, but with the book, I don't have anyone telling me what to do. And maybe that is the hardest part with the discipline and all that. Like if you have a job, your boss expects you to be at work on Monday, and your colleagues, they'll ask you, where are you? What's going on? We've got to work extra hard because of you. And then you turn up and you do it. And then you get paid every week. So there's that reward structure. And, there's just not that reward structure for something like this. Like I'm talking to a camera. It's the 2nd of January, probably the 1st in some countries. I don't know. And there's nothing. Like I don't get like $1. Even if maybe I got $1 or something, I'd be like, wow, cool. Buy a drink or something. But, you don't really get anything. So it's probably the trickiest part of that first few months, is you get nothing. I mean, just having to deal with that, even with the business. I think I got one email reply for like 3 months. And now, like, okay, I still don't get many replies, but, I get something. And so I know if I put a bit of effort in and make an email and send it out there, and I might get something. Before, I had nothing to go on. Like, I don't know if I'm going to get anything at all, any benefit. And that's what I want to change this year. I want to disregard the outcome that I'm expecting and kind of focus on the input and the production and the creativity. So for example, I want to just like make these videos and I don't care what happens. That's the mindset I've got to have. And something like, for example, the gym, I I do fluctuate, like with going to the gym, then not going to the gym, and then this time I'm just going to do it. And if there's some sort of result where someone's like, "Hey, buddy, looking good, champ," smacks me on the back, I'll be like, "Cool, I didn't expect that, but great. That's good benefit." And then maybe it'll get easier after that point. Maybe after that point, it'll be like, "Wow, if I keep doing this, I get that reward, and I'll break that." Like the horrible, boring, no reward period. I don't know what you'd call it. Just the no payoff, the horrible payoff. And I guess that's like a career. When you start, you get nothing and you get mistreated, and then slowly get into your career and you get some stuff back. And I just wanted to give that that message out there, that if anyone else is planning to do something, like maybe we should stick to it for a bit longer together. Maybe message me or something if you want, and be like, "This is what I'm planning to do," and I always stop after like 3 weeks, and I'll message you after that 3 weeks, being like, "Are you still going?" And then maybe that'll push you for another 3 weeks. Maybe that's what we should do, like some sort of community of like not pressure but support. And we can, when people get kind of like lose that momentum, lose that energy, that we can be like, "Come on, buddy, here's some fuel for the fire," and kind of get them going. And maybe that's what this channel's about. Like I did promise that I would do this channel and keep it, just natural. And that's what I wanted to talk about today. And like that's what I really felt like when I was looking back at my 2025 achievements, I suppose. I was like, well, I really kind of did a lot, obviously. Like I achieved quite a lot this year. Last year, sorry, in 2025. And some of those are the biggest things in my life, like, hey, I'm married. That's a big one. That's huge. I never even thought it would happen, pretty much. But in terms of hobbies and kind of self-development and stuff, yeah, I kind of just kind of did them, and then I kind of fell off, and then I got excited, and then got sidetracked, and then I didn't get lazy necessarily. I just, had a lot going on, with the whole wedding and everything, and a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, I don't want that excuse this year. I want to hit the ground running early. I don't want to wait till February the 15th or March 1st when it seems a little easier to do something like this. I don't want to wait till I have like the best equipment, or waiting for like my Amazon order of a microphone. I've got the weird background, which I can get rid of with editing, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I just wanted to share that and be like, hey, anyone else in the same situation, because I'm sure we've all got our little ambitions and projects and little problems that we've got. And I wanted to share the message of like, if not now, then when? Like if you're not going to do it today, then why would I do it tomorrow? I'm going to be busy tomorrow probably. The next day I'm going to be busy, and then I'm back to work on Monday, and then it's busy, 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 I'm sure. And then we're probably all in that situation, like, oh yeah, but it's holidays and I'll start next week. But next week's probably going to be just as like annoying to start it. So I'm just really reiterating that that's just the journey I'm on. Just again, this channel's not about judging or telling you what to do. I'm just sharing that I want to produce more, and I'm probably going to get a lot of flack for it, because people are like saying, "Oh, these are low quality videos and it's horrible." But I don't really care. Like I want to look back at the end of 2026 and go, "Wow, I made 60 videos, and the year before I made like 4." That's an improvement to me, so I'll be happy with that. Gym, I did it like 10 times last year, and now I did it 42 times. Cool, that's 4 times increase. And did I get any benefit? No, but like I could at least acknowledge that I tried my best and I did that. And then maybe I could refine that the third year or something, like in 2027. Maybe I could be like, all right, time to actually hone in on XYZ, like actually make like the book good instead of like a bad book, or make a YouTube channel that's got a purpose instead of just me talking, or make a new friend like with purpose, like not just accidentally. I don't know. You get my point. Maybe like slowly start wide, and like narrow in with time. And I think without doing those repetitions and the experiments, well, you can't get it right the first time, so you got no chance. If I didn't start the business, I wouldn't have realized how many mistakes I made, and I made a lot of mistakes, and I spent a lot of money I didn't have. But now for this year, I'm cutting back on expenses, and I'm honing in on that. So I'm hoping the second year is slightly better than the first year. Then maybe the third year will actually be, profitable and fun, and maybe can develop some new products or something. I have no idea. And same with the book. Maybe the first book sucks and the second book's slightly better. And maybe my YouTube channel, the third YouTube channel is the better one than the second. I have no idea. But, we got to get started somewhere. And I think if we make and produce, that's going to get better and better. And we're going to get more skilled and refined, and processes get better, and lessons learned, and audio equipment gets improved, and things get better, and video equipment gets improved. And yeah, that's the focus for this year, is just hit the ground running and just try and learn and fail. And, instead of sitting and thinking and waiting and blaming and finger pointing. And, it's not a year of self-doubt. It's a year of confidence, and a year of production, and a year of really just growth. And I wish that for everybody listening to this video, even if it's like 3 viewers. I know there's probably 1 or 2 people that are watching this. I don't know them personally, but, I did have a few subscribers before. And I wish the best for everybody. And if anyone's in a similar journey, like and subscribe. I mean, that would always help, because then I maybe get that boost, and I can return the favor for you as well, in terms of, you can leave me a comment and I can comment back. And we can hopefully all have a better 2026 than 2025, and just up and onwards from here. Thank you.